Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia. And before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video, like this video, and click the little bell on the bottom of the screen so that people will get updates of when I upload new content. And so today's topic is a nice school shooting would silence all of the impeachment coverage on the news. Crazy, right? Well, that is what was said by a radio host out of Aurora, Colorado. His name is Chuck Bonniwell, and he hosts the show with his wife Julie. It's called the Chuck and Julie Show. Well, yesterday with all the impeachment coverage, Chuck decided to make this comment that a nice school shooting would just silence all of this impeachment talk. I don't want to hear this stuff anymore. Well, Chuck, do you realize that you are in the state where two major shootings took place, right? One was the Aurora Movie Theater where the Dark Knight movie was being shot. I think that was 2012. 12 people were murdered in that shooting. The second one was in 1999. The Columbine High School Shooting where two gunmen killed 12 students. Right? And so Columbine High School is in, I think, Littleton, which is a Denver suburb southwest of Aurora. All of this took place where Chuck Bonniwell decides to make this comment. But of course, after he made this comment, the 710 KNUS radio station canceled his show. He tried to make an apology saying that it was a joke, and he apologizes for it. His wife, actually, when he was saying it, his wife tried to stop him, saying, don't say that. But it was already too late. Chuck had already made that comment. And I know people slip and say things that they shouldn't say, but this was really inappropriate. So that brings me to this topic that I want to discuss, is that when you're on a platform to where you're reaching the masses, you have to really be careful of what you say. You have to be, especially in an area where you are, to even mention a nice school shooting, and I don't know what a nice school shooting is. If you're going to shoot at a school, people could potentially be killed. Students can be potentially killed, so there's nothing nice about a shooting. And so, like I said, when you're on a platform and you're reaching the masses, number one, you have to realize that there are people out there that have mental health issues. And if they're listening to you, they may take you up on your offer and go and create a shooting during the time of this impeachment inquiry. So that's number one. You really have to be careful. If you're in the limelight and you're just spewing out negative talk, there are some people out there who take that as reality and say, oh, well, yeah, I heard him say a nice school shooting would be nice, and go out and shoot up a school. Please be careful. If you're reaching the masses, your words are powerful. Number two, you have to have compassion for the family of people you're directing your commentary to. You're in Colorado. There's families that are impacted by the shooting. There's communities that are impacted by the shootings, and you've just disregarded their feelings and all of that stuff. So, I know we have the slip of the tongue is what they say, but please be careful of what you're putting out there. Number three, compassion for the family members. There was one, I think I was watching the news, and there was one, I forgot his name, but it was a father of, I guess, one of the children that were killed. And he was just stressing and explaining his, heartbreak over this comment. And so we really have to be careful if we're in the limelight, how we speak and talk to people and make fun of people and all of that stuff. What are your thoughts on this statement of a nice school shooting would silence all of the impeachment talk. Okay, I don't want to hear about all the impeachment stuff either, you know, but I'm not going to say a school shooting would silence all of this. It's almost as if you're welcoming school shootings, that school shootings are okay. You know, what are your thoughts on this? I want to hear your comments on what you think of this radio host show. And then his apology was like, oh, it's a joke. Well, that kind of joke isn't funny. And I know people have different senses of humor, but help me with this. You know, there's so many bad things going on in the world. We don't need to entice anybody to go do some other stuff. And that's my point. As a therapist, I know how influential people with mental health illnesses are. If they're not in their right state of mind and they're not taking their medication, and you just go and say, go shoot up a school, and then the next thing you know, they get access to a gun, and it's done. That's my point. So, again, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, share, and click the little bell so that you'll get updates. I'm always talking about hot topics or mental health issues or anything I want to talk about, right? Or hopefully that you want to hear. So again, share, like, subscribe.